Okay, so here we will see one more example on Power Apps, and this time it is repeating table. If you have used InfoPath form, then we use usually a repeating table where we don't know how many records you want to insert. You don't know how many items that that user wants to insert to a list. So in those cases, your repeating table will be very much helpful. And here we will see how we can use this repeating table in Power Apps. And for that, I have a list. So if you'll see here, this is a Office 365 SharePoint online site, and I have a product detail list. So in this product details list, so there will be item name, item cost, and quantity. Then the master ID. So this is actually the details link, but if I will show you the master list, this is my master list, so which is product main list. And if you'll see, it has a vendor ID. So this is nothing but the title column. I renamed it to vendor ID. Then vendor name, total price, date, and then this is the ID column, default one. And once the user will enter a vendor, let us say I will say vendor is LG and or let's say vendor is HP, and we want to, so let us say the vendor is HP, and so we will, once the user will enter details over here, and then in the repeating table they can put that order, let's say for laptop for the cost quantity. Similarly, let's say I want to take HP desktop as well or HP mouse as well. So all these things I will put it here in the repeating table. So user will not be able to know, maybe they will add two item, or maybe they will order two item, or maybe they will order four item. So we are not sure. That's the reason we will use here repeating table. Now, what I'll do is we will open powerapps.com, and then we will create a blank app, and then from there we will start. So I will say powerapps.com, and you can see here powerapps.com. Then if you have not signed in, so log in with your credential. I'm using my Office 365 credential here. So you can see here now we are over here in this Power Apps form where we can create our app first. So we'll see here, we will use the same Canvas app from blank. So select this, and we will use the tablet layout, so that we'll be able to see properly how it is appearing. But you can also take phone layout, whichever you are comfortable with. So I will say repeating table demo app, and on this let me just change it, demo app, and then click on create. So now it will create a blank, purely a blank Power Apps app, and on that we will see how we can start with. So first we will have to create a collection. So let it open. First of all, you can see here it is still getting ready, and for this let it create. So now if you'll see here, so this is the blank app, and from here first, let's say I will create one collection here. So we can use the clear collect function, and why that is required I will tell you later. But the collection we will create based on the column names which has these things: item name, item cost, and quantity. So based on these three columns, not necessarily you can give the same column names, but we'll create a collection which will be having these three columns. Now if you'll see, I will select this particular app, and on start you can see here we will create a collection here. So I will say clear collect, and then we will take a collection name. So suppose I will say product details collection, and then if you'll see here, we will I will take a collection so we will add these three things over there. So one thing is, and we will also put the some of the default value on that. So if you'll see here, the first one is a single line of text, next one is a number, and the quantity is also number. So for this, I will take a product collection, and then I will say call, let's say for item, I will say item, and we will assign it to empty. So similarly, I will say collection cost, and we will set it to 0, and similarly quantity also 0. You can see here, like this I have added. um, we should not put this bracket, it should be curly brackets here. So you can see here, this is, so we should put this curly brackets, and then I will end my collection here. So if you'll see here now, we create a collection, product details collection, and it has these three columns over there: call item, call cost, and then call quantity, and we assigned a default value to that. Now next what we will do is, so next just right click on this and then run on start. So it will create the collection actually, which you can see it from here. So if you'll go to file tab and then collection, you can see here product collection is there, which is having these things over there. Now next what we will do is, I will go to this screen now. So what we will do here is, we will add one form over there. So I'll go to insert and then form, and then we will create the edit form. So once I click on edit form, you can see here, this is how it is appearing. So on this, we will have to first select the data source, and this will be for my main list. So if you'll see here, this is the product main list. So this will be the data source. So I will go here, I will say select a data source, click on add a data source, and then click on new connection. And if you'll see here, there will be SharePoint over there. You can just search for SharePoint. You can see here, select it, and click on this, and then finally click on create. Let me just minimize this little bit. So now if you'll see here, click on create. So this is what now it will create. So now what we have to do here is, now we can connect to the site. So for this, this is the Power Apps demo site. Select this, and here we have the product main list. So basically, we have to create a connection to, or the data source should be our product main list. So I select product main list and click on connect. So once you click on connect, now our product main list is there. You can see it here. So it will now try to add the fields. You can see here the fields has been added. So just close it, and you can see here, this is like this. So we really don't need this attachment here. So I will select it, I'll delete it, and then we can take a 2-column layout, so that we have 4 columns. So the form will look like this. So now this is our main form. So this is the data source, is the main data source. So first thing what we'll do is, I will go to the screen one again, and on that there is on visible property. So what we want here is, on the screen it should show this form. So for this, what we'll do is, I will say to, and then it should go to, it should have new form, and new form. But which one it will open is, it will open the new form, and it should open our form 1. So this is our form 1. So it should open the form 1, so that whenever you will open this screen, the form 1 will be displayed here in the in as a new form. So because this is the same form, new for new and edit, we can use the same new form. So it will open as a new form, and this is our form. Next what we'll do is, down we are going to we are going to add our a gallery control. But before that, let me just add a label here. So I'll take this label and I will put it here, and simply I will write some text here. So suppose I will say order something like this, and we can change the font size to 20, and we can make it we can do some formatting on that. So we can make it center like this and let it be bold. So this is how it will be. Let it be left aligned. So next what we will do is we will add our we'll add our a gallery control. So I will go to gallery and then I will select a blank vertical. You can see here. So this is the blank vertical that has been added here. So I will make it to down like this, and for that this gallery we will select the data source, and the data source is our product details collection, whatever we have created. So once we did that, then click on I'll just close it. So next what we will do is I will select the layout. So the layout we will take the title one. So you can see here it will come like this. Let me do little bigger. So next what we have to do is let me delete this icon. We don't need this icon actually. And once it is selected, so we select it, and then we will add a couple of label and text box button, and also I'll add one icon over there for delete. So for that, what I'll do is I will add 3 labels on that. So I will go to label. So you can see here I have added 3 label over there, and those 3 I will. So you can see here this is the label. I will take it here, and the label 4 I will take it here as well. So I will select the label 2, and here we will have the text as let's say item. You can see here. So I'll be able to see item here, and next on label 3 I will the text will be cost, and the final one label 4 we will say it as quantity. And so this is how our label looks like. Now next what we'll do is we will add the text boxes here. So I will click on this text input. So similarly I will add 3 text input here. So I will just drag over here. So it will be for quantity. This one will be for cost, and this one is for item. So you can see here, let me just take a little bigger here. And now what we have to do is we will have to take a button, and we will take a delete as well. Let me just make it a little bigger. So here what we will do is I will add over here one button and a delete icon. So I will go here, I will add a button. So you can see here the button is appearing here. So I will add it here. So let me just delete this because ideally this button should appear inside this our gallery. So if you'll see here inside the gallery it should come. So I will add the button here. Now you can see here it is coming over here inside that. So I will say add item, something like that. So the text property I will change it. You can change it here as well. So you'll say add item. And next what I'll do is I will add one icon over here. So I'll go over there, this icon section, and then there is a delete icon. You can see here trash icon. So I just add it. You can see here it is coming, and we will add it here. So now also our delete icon is coming. So once our delete icon is there, so now what we have to do is I will select this text box, and in the default value we have to take the collection one. So in the collection, if you'll see here, the first one is for collection item, this one is for call, and then cost. You can see here the third one is the quantity, so it will be call quantity. You can see here, here it is. So that's the reason now you can see here it is whatever the text or it is number, that's the reason it is coming like this. Next what we have to do is, here is the main important thing. In the add item we have to write a rule over there. So what that rule will be, the rule you can see here, I will select this item, add item, and on select I have to write a rule over there. So I will remove this, and what we will use here is we will use the patch function here. So the patch function ideally we use to modify records. So whenever there is a complex situation we use this to modify the record, and so the values will be modified without affecting any other thing. So let me just write this, and then you'll be able to understand why we write that thing. So on that I will first write the patch statement. You can see here it is patch, and then which one we want to modify, it is the product collection, and then it will be with this item. And then if you'll see here we have the collection, we have to add the collection details here. So for that our we have to add these things here. So it will take this text box value, and then so we have to assign the value to that collection. So call, and if you'll see call item, so it will be call item dot, sorry, call item, and then it will be item your text box. So it will be text, let me just see, text 1, text 2, and text 3. So first one will be our text box 1. So it will be um, text input 1. So if you'll see here, text input 1 dot text, and then the second one will be the call cost. So call cost, the first one you can see here, the call cost, and this will be, we have to take the value here. So we have to basically typecast that. So call cost, and then we will write value, and we will take the text input 2. So let me just remove this. So if you'll see here, now the value will be it will be our text input 2. So text input 2 and dot text. Next one is the same thing, so we will use the same way. So it will be call quantity, and the value will be, it is value, and I will use the text input 3 here. So text input 3 dot text, text input 3 dot text, and so I will close the brackets. So if you'll see here, this is the end bracket, and then I will be having one more end bracket here. Let me just expand this so that we'll be able to see it. And then if you'll see here, this is the end of this one. But once the value will be added to this collection, so basically what we are doing here is on the add item, we are adding the value to this particular collection, product details collection, which we have created. Now once it is once the value has been added, it will add one more row also on that. So for this, what we'll use is we will use this collect function, and on that, if you'll see here, this will be our product detail collection, and here I will take the collection here. So call item will be blank. So if you'll see here, this is call item, this will be blank, and similarly the call cost will be 0, and the call quantity will be 0. So basically this will quantity will be 0. Let me just put that. Yeah. So, and I will have the end bracket. So if you'll see here, now this is over. So what this button will do is basically it will save the item, and then it will have another row which will be the blank values. So that's the use of these two, whatever the methods we the formula that we wrote here. So this is the on select, and on select we are writing like this. So if I will show you, let me just click on this preview, and you can see here, this is by default, it is coming like this. If I'll say add new item, you can see here one more row got added over here. And if you don't want this thing to be repeatedly coming, you can take this thing out of the gallery and it will come only once. So we can also write the this one for delete. So if you'll see here, now I will, you don't need to write in multiple stuff over there. So in the one, whatever you can write it. So in the delete, so we have to basically remove the item from that collection. So on select, if you'll see, I will use remove, and remove, and we will remove it from the product collection and in this item. So this is what we will write in the delete. So now this is how our delete will work. Now next what we will do is, so now our total price will be whatever the price we will calculate from here. So for that reason, let's make this total price as a read only. So I will select this card, and then if you'll see here, so to make this read only, so I will select this one, this particular card, and then I'll go to advanced here. So click on unlock properties. So now we can change the properties actually. So if you'll go here, the display mode, so you can see here the display mode, and we will make it to view. So I will just write view here, and once it is view, then we can change it to, so I will go to that default value. So I'll go here default, and we will write the rule here, so which will be sum of our collection and what are the product cost and the quantity. So it will be sum, and on that, if you'll see, it will be product, whatever the collection, and sorry, so product collection, and it will be call cost, and then into quantity. So this is basically from the collection we will take both the things, call cost and call quantity. So next what we will do is, so once this is done, so next we will add, um, we will navigate after this So basically I will add one more button here, so that one click on submit, it should save the data to the particular list, and then it should also navigate to another screen. So next what we'll do is I just preview this and I deleted the extra record which one it was coming. So now next what we will do here is, so we will add one submit button. So I will add a button, you can see here. So I just copy it and I'll put it here. So I will change the property to this one to submit, you can see here. And next what we'll do is on the submit we will submit the form. So I will say submit form, and then we will submit our form 1. So this is the form that we are going to submit. So we submitted the form on this, but now it is not the over. So if you'll see here, now we have two things are there. One thing is our main list. The other one is our list where we are going to store the repeating items. And the repeating items, we are going to take this ID and we are going to store in the master ID as well, so that we will be able to know for which item what are the sub items are there. Let's say this is the sub item or the repeating item, so we will be able to know actually for which item these are the, because here it will be multiple items, so we'll be able to know what are the items are there. Now I will open the Power Apps form again. So you can see here. Now what I'll do is I will go to the on success method. So once the form is successfully submitted, sorry, it should be on the form. So I will select the form, and here on success, if you'll see here on success, we have to write a rule over there. So what is that rule? So we have to actually visit the whole collection. So let's say the collection has 5 items, so we have to visit all 5 things. So for all the 5 items, so for this I will write a for all. So for all, and then if you'll see here, so it is basically it will visit each row. So we will have to then we will use the collection, so it will read from the product detail collection, and then we will write a if condition. So we'll be able to know whether this item should not be blank. So for that reason we will um, add those things. So the formula will be like this. So if let me just take if not blank, so if not is blank, which field? So our collection item. So if call item is not blank, then we are going to add something on that. So we will use the same patch over there. So I will say patch, and this time I will we will use the product. um, so next thing is, in the patch we have to actually use our second data connection, which is our this is going to be our data connection. So for this what we will do is I will go here, and then we will click on view data sources, and we will try to add the data source. So if you'll see here SharePoint, and then we will connect to our Power Apps demo, and this time I will select the product details. So I'll click on connect. So now if you'll see here, we have the product details list. So now let's go back to the form, and on success we will write here patch and then product details. So here we are going to add the values. So for this I will, what we will write here is, we will whatever the default value is there, so it will add over there. So I will write a default, and then which data source you want to do that. So it is our same product details, and then we will say the items. So um, what are the basically the value that it is going to store over there. So if you'll see here, our column names, if you'll see, one is item name, item cost, quantity, and master ID. This 4 column value we have to provide now. So what is this 4 column value? So if you'll see here, our item name is if we'll see here, co but we have to start in a bracket. Make sure we'll put inside a bracket. So it will be our item name and the value will be call item here. So call item, and similarly the item cost, this is the second column. So the item cost is call cost. Let me just expand a little bit. And the third one, if you'll see here, it is the column name is quantity. So quantity, and the value will be called quantity. And the last one is the master ID. So we have to remember that. So this is our master ID because this is the ID which is going to be our this is the linking between our main list and the other list. So master ID will be our form 2, so sorry, our form 1, and whatever the last submit ID we will take, so it will be the last submit dot id. So it will take us it will give us that ID. So once it is done, then we will uh, have our end brackets. So basically what we did, let me just explain it once again. What we are doing here is we're just checking that it should not be blank, then it should not insert it. So but if it is not blank, so we are visiting all the records. So whatever the product data collection have, it will visit all the record, and it will, this is the value that we are assigning so to this particular product detail data source. One is item name and our item cost, quantity, and master ID. These are the columns which are presented over there in that particular our other list. So this is our child list. Now once that is done, so then what we will do is we can create we can create this, we can see the forms as well. But what you can do is, let me just preview this form so that I will be able to show you also how it is appearing. So actually, if you'll see here, if I am doing this preview, we cannot see the first parent item here because we have to publish it. And once we'll publish, then we can see it. So at one shot, we will see that. So now what we will do is I will add one more screen where we can see the details, right? Let's say you submitted one item and 4 sub items are there. So it will show us all the items and then the corresponding sub items also. So for this, I will add one more screen. So then we will see what are the other things that we can add over there. So I will create on insert, and then you can see here screen, and here I will take a blank screen here. So I'll click on blank. So if you'll see here, this is our screen 2. And on this screen 2, what we will do is I will add a gallery control here. So I'll click on gallery, and then you can see here a vertical layout. So you can see here we have this many things are there. So let me just make a little background here. And then if you'll see here, I will let's first select the data source. So if you'll see here, the data source is our main data source. So it is our main list. And here I will change this layout to title, subtitle, and body. So this is going to be our title, subtitle, and body. So here we can you can change the vendor name to body or title. So it looks fine. Our vendor ID will come and title 3, and then it should be fine. Else we will see, we will change that. Now next what we'll do is I will add one more gallery. So I will click on same vertical. So I will add this one. I will take this. So you can see here, I will take over here. So I just drag and put it here. So let it be little, I will make little down this one. And what we will do now here is I will change this one also to title, subtitle, and body. And then what we'll do is we will have to write a rule on this. So basically we have to filter a record from our product detail list based on the ID that it will come here. So I will items will not be a custom gallery summary. So here we will filter the record. So you can see here filter and filter from the product details, and where our column name is master ID equal to our gallery. So this will be our gallery. Let me just say gallery 2. So this is the gallery control to dot selected dot id. So selected dot id. So basically it will filter that record over there. So this is going to be our item. So this second gallery will filter from this criteria. So as you saw, there were some error was coming. So what I did is I deleted my second gallery control. So let's add one more gallery control here. So I will add it here. So you can see here. Now this is our gallery control. By default, there is some it is picking from some data source. So what we will do is we will first select our data source. So you can see here, I'll take the product details because anyway we are binding from the product details. So and I will take this layout as title, subtitle, and body. So based on that, you can see here the label and this thing are populated automatically. Now we have to filter it. So what we can filter it, so anyway it will take from product details, but we'll first filter it. So filter and from product details, and where master id is our gallery 2. So gallery 2 dot selected dot id. So oops, it is master id equal to, so master ID equal to our gallery to selected ID. So whatever the select ID will be selected, so the record will be filtered from our product details. That means, so whatever the master ID will be there, it will pick up from there. Now, next what we will do is, we will go to the screen one, and you can see here, here is the submit. So we are just submitting the form. Now, once it is submitted, let's navigate to this. So navigate to our screen 2. So let's navigate to screen 2, and then screen transition on. So you can navigate over there. So once it is navigate, so there we will be able to see it. So now this is what we have done. So we have two screen where we, in the first screen everything is there, and then the second screen we are displaying also in details. We are seeing what are the items are there. So now what I'll do is I'll publish this form. So click on file, and then you can see here this is the app name. This is the app name. So we can save it. So you can see here this is the form that has been saved, or you can you can do save as, whatever you can do if you want to give a different name, and then you can click on save. So once the form is saved, then we can publish it. So once it is saved, you can see here. Now we can see this in our power apps. This is where we will be able to see it. You can see here this is our app. Now I'll click on this triple dot and then click on play. So once you click on play, we will be able to see the form over here. So it is loading. So once the form is load, we will try to add some item over there. So you can see here this is what this is our form. So here I will add a vendor ID. So it is say, let's say TS Info LG 001 or LG, something like that. So I will say LG here. So then I will take the item. Let's say I will say smartphone, and the cost, let's say it's $100, and the quantity is 2. You can see here, the moment I will click on add item, you can see here the price is also populating here. And next I will take let's say TV, and I will put the cost 300, and then we will put like this. And then, so if I'll click on add new item, then also it will populate, it will add one more row over there, you can see here. So it is adding on the things over there. And but if you don't want, you can just delete the last one. Let's say we don't require that. Oops, I deleted the wrong item. So TV, and cost is, let's say 200, quantity is 3. So you can see here now. So the last one we can delete. So now you can see here 2 items over there. Now let's click on submit. Now once I click on submit, you can see here there are 2 items are there. And so ideally it was showing multiple, so I just refresh the form. But if you'll see here, it is displaying only one item. You can see here, and here is the 2 item that we have added. So what we'll do is we'll quickly add one more item. Suppose it is TS info uh, HP, and we will take the vendor name and HP. I will add one item here. Let's say laptop, and the cost is 500, and then the quantity is 2. So you can see here add item, and we don't need this, so let's delete this, and I'll click on submit. So once I click on submit, now I can see here 2 items are there, right? So it's not that 3 items are there. So if I, when we select LG, you can see here 2 items are there. If I will select and this HP, you can see here only 1 item is there. So this is how you can also filter the record. Now if I will show you the list, so if I'll just refresh the list, you can see here the list has 2 items, you can see, and the ID is 15 and 16. So if I will go here, I will just refresh it. You'll be able to see that this is the mapping with the master ID, you can see here. So 15, for 15 record these 2 items are there. For 16 record this 1 item is there, which we saw in our power ups display form also. Sorry, in the details form, where in the all items, this left side items are there. From it is taking from this parent list, and or the main list, and once you select any particular item, it is displaying, or it is filtering the record based on the matching ID, which is this master ID. So this is how we can work with Power Apps form on a repeating table, and this is how we can make a repeating table